In a vast desert, there was a small oasis where a single palm tree grew. Travelers would stop by for shade and water as they journeyed through the endless sand. The tree, though tall and sturdy, often felt lonely. It longed to be part of a forest, surrounded by others like it, rather than standing alone in the barren landscape. One evening, a weary traveler arrived, resting beneath the tree's wide leaves. As he drank from the clear spring, he sighed and said, "This oasis is a miracle. Without you, I would have been lost. You're a beacon of life in this endless desert." The tree, surprised, replied, "But I'm just one tree. A single palm. I wish I were part of a great forest, where my presence wouldn't even be noticed." The traveler smiled and shook his head. In a forest, you would be one among many, perhaps overlooked. But here, in the vastness of the desert, you are everything. It's because you stand alone that you're so important. You're not just a tree, you're a lifeline, a symbol of hope for anyone who crosses this desert. The tree had never thought of itself that way. It had always focused on what it lacked: companionship, the comfort of being among others, but now it saw its solitude in a different light. Sometimes, we feel isolated or insignificant because we stand apart, wishing we were somewhere else, surrounded by others. But often, it's in our uniqueness, in being the one where there are none, that we find our true purpose. What seems like loneliness may actually be the place where we shine the brightest, offering something only we can give. In the vastness of life, it is easy to feel like we are small and alone, longing to blend into something greater. But sometimes, it is our solitude that gives us strength, our uniqueness that makes us essential. The palm in the desert may feel isolated, but it is the very reason others survive. Remember, it is often in standing alone that we become the light for those in the darkness. Do not measure your worth by how many others surround you. The forest may be full of trees, but a single palm in the desert is a lifeline. Sometimes, we are placed in places of solitude not because we are forgotten, but because we are needed. Your impact is not in your numbers but in the lives you touch. Even if you stand alone, you may think that you are insignificant because you are standing apart from the crowd, but your presence in the barren places of life makes all the difference. Like the palm in the desert, your strength is not in blending in with the forest, but in thriving where few others can. In those lonely places, you are the shelter, the guide, the source of hope for those who cross your path. It's easy to wish to be part of something larger, to feel comfort in numbers. But true greatness often lies in the unexpected places, in the one who stands firm in isolation. The oasis palm does not diminish because it stands alone, it flourishes because it is needed. Sometimes, it is in our very aloneness that we find our highest purpose, offering what no one else can. Your value does not depend on where you are or how many stand beside you. Like the palm in the desert, you may feel lonely, far from the forests of belonging, but your place has meaning. Where others see emptiness, you provide life. Remember, you were planted where you are for a reason, and in that space, your purpose can be greater than you ever imagined.